There's a male version called Tallywhackers, also in Dallas.
Yeah. Oh, there's definitely male versions. There's got to be more than just Tallywhackers.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be. Look, I would go to any of them. I would go. I'm not going to go the male one alone. I would need a group, but I would go to any of them. Okay.
So
is that Will walking out of Tallywhackers
just
alone?
dinner by myself.
I'll pay for one at Tallywhackers
On a Tuesday?
I like to go out.
Things.
You are.
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss.
Oh, hey.
Oh yeah. Good morning
And welcome to episode 1113 of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, December 29th, 2022. Thank you for cheating on the news with us today. Mark has a whole lot of death, but then possibly some life to end the cup of coffee in the big time today.
You know what they say? It's always darkest before the dawn.
They do say that. They do. Hopefully they're right? Because
It's pretty dark for the first
dark right
every part of this coffee. Yeah.
Right. Well, it's okay, because on deck, I've got a new segment called Taking the Bull by the Horns. And we're going to talk about some people who took the bull by the horns, and that'll sort of turn the mood around.
You talk about giving the dog a bone?
Yeah,
think-
well, I guess so.
I think
Yeah,
he's
mean,
talking about like White Goodman style in the painting
Getting it in.
dodgeball. where he
Yeah.
literally takes
Give
the
that
bull by the
clip-
horns.
dog a bone.
that clip
Yeah.
may or may not be coming up later for those who aren't watching it on a channel where it will get scrubbed
Oh, okay.
because of licensing. Okay, in the whole, Pat has a tech highlight on the newest conservative dating application called The Right Stuff.
You're gonna want to listen up if you're right leaning. Well, they say they're right wing. So if you're right wing and you're horny, and
How far
Yeah.
right you got to be?
I mean right wing, whatever that means.
All the way.
I don't think
All
I
the
could go
way,
far
baby.
enough. Well, I am married, but if I was single, I could maybe.
That didn't stop me from setting up a profile on
Oh.
the Right Stuff dating app.
We should all try to get in on that and see if they let us in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice.
I invited you guys. Did you get my invite?
No.
Well, if
not
you're
yet.
a married man and you apply to a
No, I
conservative
can't do
dating
that.
site, do they just like vaporize you on site? Do they?
Yeah.
They just send the FBI to your home to kill you?
Think about the
Um,
question you just asked, Will.
Well, I'm saying it's against the platform. You're not supposed to do that.
Do you have to send them
Wes-
like old racist tweets that got taken down to get?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the verification.
Yeah.
process. You get a red check mark for if you can prove.
Need
that-
5 tweets from your past that are
Yeah.
a little bit racist.
Let's see that portfolio.
I think I could get in with my COVID questioning stuff. I could prove all the misinfo tags that I got tagged from Facebook and Twitter.
Pat had no
That'd be-
chance. They
that'd
Googled.
be
They
pretty
Googled
sick.
Pat, and Pat was done. It was
Oh.
over.
I went pretty normal. We'll see. I'll show you my profile.
Okay. All right.
It's a picture of him
and-
at the with a vagina protest sign somewhere out there.
Yeah,
Oh,
Pat.
do you have
Pat.
the pink-
Pat
do you
wrote a
have the pink
paragraph to
ovary
them.
hat, Pat? Do you have that picture? Did you put it as your profile pic?
No, because I want to get in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not. I'm not gonna let them know that
Couldn't help
I
yourself,
I
could you?
stand up for women's rights or anything like that.
Don't let him do
Couldn't help
that. Yeah,
yourself.
don't do
The
that.
What are you crazy? What are you crazy?
The ovary beanie.
I'm trying to get
in. And closing it out in the caboose today, Wes has bad wedding day omens.
That's right. I don't know. I don't know if these are good luck or bad luck. We'll discuss.
Oh, so it could
Okay.
be good, bad omens.
Well,
Up for
depending on what you believe.
interpretation.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you guys
Anything.
want?
Probably
want to
bad.
get right into it, or
Yeah, I think
a
we
lot
get
of
right
stuff.
in there.
All right, I'm gonna do it. Then I'm gonna hit the button.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
All right, so we got the top stories of the day coming up, but first, a joke of the day. And this one is a little bit different. It's an audio clip from, I believe, Instagram. So it's like a reel, and it's read with like a monotone robot voice. So you have to kind of bear with it, right?
Well, it's like it's the TikTok style joke.
yes,
Right.
yes. So exactly.
Well,
so-
sorry, we don't say that word anymore.
Right. That's why I tried to say
Ro-
Instagram.
Robot Instagram style voice.
Yeah.
Tik-
Exactly.
joke.
I actually wrote TikTok and then I deleted it in purpose.
Yeah, unfortunately, everybody knows it's from TikTok.
Yeah. So the setup is there's a question asked, and the robot voice will ask the question, and then you're going to get 2 different responses, comment responses from people, but the robot will read those responses as well. So you guys ready?
Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
ready.
With one real person from all of human history, who is your ultimate lay? I'd like to have sex one more time with my wife who passed away from cancer 9 years ago. My body yearns for hers. The ultimate downside to finding the one is she may die young and leave you wanting. I also choose this guy's dead wife.
She was an incredible lay. You can
Yeah, he
tell
really
the way
sold
he
it.
yearns for her.
He really sold it. That's it.
Yeah,
Send
it
me
was
to
really sad
Maud.
there.
I'm coming
Sad
for you,
there
baby.
first.
So I'm setting the tone for this this coffee being all about death. I thought that was a pretty good death joke.
Great starter.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. COVID's back. I'm not sure it really like left, right? But we certainly stopped talking about it because it was time to move on a while ago. So, you know, outside of a travel ban, I'm not going to be talking about COVID in the U.S. Although we hope everyone listening's happy and healthy this winter. Same with your loved ones, right? That U.S. travel ban, by the way, I'm mentioning is that's being discussed is for people coming from the country of China because COVID's back in a big way
Take
in
that.
China. Yeah.
Take
Too
that.
late.
Even in the score.
Well, it's gonna be it's not great though. It seems like they did.
Well,
I guess
it's not even in the score. We put the first ban on them, I believe, to begin everything.
Yeah.
It would be re-engaging the original. It came from China now, and they just don't care anymore.
Yeah,
They're like,
it
"We
happened
don't
at the
even
Lunar
care."
New Year when everyone was coming
Right.
back home.
Problem is they
Um,
don't ban themselves. That's how we're in this whole predicament.
That's exactly right, Wes.
Well, yeah,
So
let's get
it's
into that,
it's
Wes.
just
Yeah.
2.0 basically. Here.
Let's get into
Except-
that. That's exactly right. It seems like they did, I guess, a 180 from absolute zero COVID tolerance when they were locking people in warehouses and burning apartment complexes if even one person was suspected of having COVID, to now they're completely loosening all restrictions and letting their citizens travel and pass COVID freely, which they have.
Mark,
They've been doing at alarming rates. They just decided to finally. I don't know. Was it because all the protests and Xi had to cave before his head got caved in? Yeah,
of course.
exactly. Yeah.
Of course. This was pressure from the mob.
Yep.
And obviously, like, you know, he was much closer to losing that election or losing his seat than everybody thought. And
China
then
was
I
like,
think they did-
"Wow, everyone's
How
been
is
on."
he closer?
because he has to capitulate. He did 3 years saying he was going to do COVID zero, putting people in human chicken coops and shit for 3
Yeah.
years trying to do this.
It finally
And now
caught up to
he
him.
has to finally give in and say, "I'm a fucking idiot. COVID zero is the dumbest shit on planet Earth." And in fact, I don't even care about COVID so much. I'm going to let you travel anywhere internationally with COVID. Not only that, we didn't cover these articles in the last couple of weeks because it had been speculated they could be like fake, but I bet they were real. That China was sending people back to work, nurses back to work, COVID positive, because they have so many people with COVID that they know that there's
it's
no
bad.
controlling it.
They went from one extreme to the other, and there's a lot of people
Yeah.
in China, right? So word is that millions are being infected every day, like multiple millions, and their hospitals are being overrun as well as their funeral homes. It's like when it was like at the peak in the U.S. and some other European countries about 2 years ago now.
Italy
almost.
at the beginning.
Right?
Is it a
like
new
2 years ago, it's
strain,
like that.
Mark, or is it?
Well, they
No,
don't know
they
yet,
just
but they're
had
monitoring it.
lockdown.
Good
They
question,
had
Wes.
locked down, Wes. They'd actually had.
This
so
is
many
just their
people not
first
get
go of it.
infected.
Yeah.
And they
Right.
get everything early. New strains, robots,
their first go of it.
PlayStation.
Well, they did create this one by trying to.
There
bring
might be a
bat cold
mutation.
to humans.
We'll have to keep our eye on that. But I've been doing this job for 30 years, and this is the busiest I've ever known it, said one anonymous Chinese ambulance driver who's going to get killed. China caved on the policies of not being able to live your life, but they're still up to their old tricks of data manipulation, guys. They're only reporting like 3 deaths a day to COVID, even though it's clearly like much larger than that. They're like thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of people are dying.
Business as usual. Also, the lab. There was nothing there either.
Fucking
Stop
COVID,
asking.
fucking Wuhan lab. So now, thanks to China taking an extra year to a year and a half from every other country besides maybe Australia, right, to chill out on their COVID restrictions, everyone in China is finally getting COVID, Wes, as evidenced by 2 plane flights from China to Milan this week, where Italy reported that half of the passengers on both flights arrived with COVID. Just bam. Right in Italy's second biggest city, Milan's
Speaking of,
asshole. Yeah.
And Milan was hit so hard from the original wave, like China's. It's all full circle.
Well, you know what makes illnesses worse is stress, and Chinese people are stressed out by this Xi guy, like the Dickens, and you know,
Yeah, he's stressful.
he's a stressful guy, and
Stress-inducing,
so there
yeah.
are just a bunch of stressed people walking around with lower immune systems.
Well, can
It's
you
a
imagine
loving
Wes,
stress.
the
Yeah.
last 3
Yeah.
years? The word on the street.
Oh, Xi,
is
I'm
that
so stressed. I love it.
If you cough on anybody
Stressful.
accidentally, you will get sent to a human chicken coop. And then now,
Yeah.
it's the flip. G's like, actually, if you have money, if you somehow still have money and you're one of my citizens, please go travel internationally to prove to the world that we aren't dead.
But this is bad for the world, guys, because China hadn't caught up yet. Now they're all getting it all at once. So now Italy, Japan, India, South Korea, Taiwan, Malaysia, they've all announced they will be testing every single person that arrives from China for COVID. I'm assuming at the airports. Sure. They're not even going to they're going to turn them around. And I guess the U.S. is also involved in those conversations, as well as talks of just a straight up travel ban. They're coming back. And how did China fuck this thing up so badly from start to finish? You know, some reports are suggesting that China alone, Chinese people alone have 250 million positive cases in December. 250.
That's not positive.
Yeah. It's not great.
Yeah.
That's not great.
Well,
so
you know,
they're going
to spread it.
The best. Spread another wave of
you
this
know
bullshit.
But you know who ended up with the best? You know who ended up with the best mortality rate of all?
What's that?
Sweden. The people who never locked down or had any mandates, masks or whatever.
Yeah.
Sweden.
Stress-free.
No mandates, no lockdowns.
Yeah, not a lot of stress in
mortality rate.
That's stress-free.
Yeah, I mean, look, a global
pandemic.
Pandemic. You learn some things in hindsight, but China's even like they're just so far behind.
They are the most behind. They created it, and they couldn't deal with the fact that COVID-0
and they're going to create another wave most likely now with all the it's
so
really
the US is going to
situation.
The US is going to start requiring negative COVID tests from people traveling from China starting January 5th is the report.
Yeah, but they might then ban people too. Like if it gets, it depends on how much COVID.
Well, if you
spread.
Get like 500 a day, you're going to be like, well, fuck this.
That'll feel good.
We weren't even thinking about COVID. Anyways, let's move on. In other bad news of a disaster that claimed lives, Winter Storm Elliott did turn out to be, quote, the blizzard of generation.
Huge for Elliott's. Huge for Elliott's.
This past week and weekend, very sadly, it claimed at least 50 lives so far, mainly in New York and Buffalo, where several people just froze to death in their cars.
Is that where the bomb cyclones were? The pictures off the front of Lake Erie of the houses that are completely covered in ice are so insane. I've never seen anything like that.
I think 35 or 36 of the 50 deaths so far have come from Western New York, Buffalo. They got 50 inches in a day and a half and 40 inches like in 10 hours overnight. Parts of New York, like Buffalo, they got 4 feet of snow overnight. There were whiteouts, bomb cyclones, lakefront snow, whatever, you name it, right? And one 22-year-old woman, sadly, Andell Taylor, where she was trying to get home from work as an assistant in a nursing home, she got stuck in her car, was calling her family and emergency services for hours, and they just couldn't get to her because it was snowing a foot an hour or whatever. And so they got to her the next morning. She had died of carbon monoxide poisoning by then.
Terrible.
Yeah. It happened to multiple people.
Because you can't.
No one could rescue you in a blizzard like that. Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. It's no joke. And avalanches, in mountain areas, people who are around the snow all the time know that the snow is so dangerous.
Told you this is a dark roast.
There's got to be. I'm trying to think it's amazing that they haven't invented something yet, right? That will prevent your tailpipe from getting clogged in the snow.
Well, I think you have to get out and just shovel it out, but people don't know that, and they don't understand what they need to be doing.
When you're at 15 miles from home and it's 4 feet of snow, you're going to either freeze to death or die comfortably in the car. So she chose die comfortably in the car. You go to sleep. It wasn't all bad, though. A van full of 10 South Korean tourists got stranded in the Buffalo blizzard on Friday. What a shitty trip for those idiots. They went to Buffalo in a blizzard. They might as well have gone to that volcano in New Zealand that erupted on all those tourists a few years ago. Wakari, the White Island.
Here, Buffalo's nice in December.
Big trip.
Anyways, luckily for those Koreans, they
look at my pictures from Buffalo.
Yeah,
they
the snow.
Got 1,000 pictures cold from Buffalo.
Isn't it cold in South Korea, like in North Korea? Like they get snow there.
They get snow.
I think so.
Why the fuck did they? Anyways, luckily for the Koreans, they broke down right outside the home of Alexander and his wife, Andrea Campagna, who are good companions, and they had the space and the stockpile of food to take care of everyone, and they turned their home into what they called a makeshift inn and just housed 10 Koreans for a couple days till they till the snow went down. Yeah.
Man, I have one friend in Buffalo, and their house looks exactly like that house you just put up.
There you go.
Good houses in Buffalo.
You need them. Yeah. You sure as shit need them, don't you? Yeah.
You do. You need those basements because it's cold winter.
Yeah, they're blizzard proof instead of like hurricane proof. Yeah. I heard, by the way, there was a hurricane blizzard because in some areas, like in New York and those areas, like it was over 80-mile-an-hour wind, so it was technically a blizzard wind with a like a hurricane wind and blizzard. So it was a hurricane blizzard.
It's technically,
yeah, 79 miles an hour, I think, is the lowest.
Dude,
for all you weather nerds out there.
Yeah,
blizzards come through with some hard ass wind, like
Yeah.
in the mountains and shit. I've seen stuff in the Sierras that like
This was sustained.
120-mile-hour winds, like when the snow's coming through.
That's a hurricane blizzard.
It's
Will.
hardcore.
Yeah. So that's good news there at the end. Now let's head to the next story. Spoiler alert, it's about death. Target has just recalled over 200,000 weighted children's blankets, the Pillow Fort weighted blankets. Do you guys have any guesses as to why they recalled them?
Oh no.
So it was suffocating kids because they were getting trapped in there.
That's exactly it, Wes.
There we go.
That's
I don't wanna
exactly it.
Before you go on, Mark.
Makes sense.
That's
When you-
exactly right, Wes.
That's terrible.
Word for word.
If you were to rank biggest things you're afraid of as a new parent,
No, sudden
so
death is number one.
suffocation with
Death
a blanket,
blanket.
is top 3 on every single person's list. Getting
Well, I
a
mean,
weighted
sudden death
blanket.
is just clearly number one.
Choking.
It's just-
Death
Suffocation.
blanket. It's got to be up there.
Why? I mean, why?
And it's-
just
it's
wait
so-
on the
it
weighted
is-
blankets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how old were these kids too? That's a good point by Pat.
I didn't see, but 2 kids suffocated to death for Christmas after being trapped in the heavy blankets.
Oh.
Death by asphyxiation, the same way David Carradine went. This is great news for Peloton.
It's not exactly the same way he went.
Were they jerking off too?
No, but asphyxiation. You know, there's
sorry.
many ways you can do it.
Sorry.
It's technical term asphyxiation. you
They
know.
left out the autoerotic part.
That was
because-
wrong.
Yeah,
because they
there
were-
you go,
That's
Will.
because they were newborns, probably. I don't.
Right.
it would
They'll
be
never get to
interesting to-
jerk off.
It would be interesting to
Oh,
know the age. And
jeez.
you're right, Peloton breathing a sigh of relief.
Yeah, great news
This
for
is-
Peloton. 4 other
serious.
kids were trapped inside the blankets but rescued by the parents. Also, I was just kidding about the Christmas thing. Those 2 kids died way before Christmas. But the recall just happened recently. So there's probably a lot of parents checking what blankets they bought their kids.
Oh no.
Pillow Fort weighted blankets. If you bought a Pillow Fort weighted blanket, which looks like it has a solar system pattern, throw
Looks
them
so
out,
nice.
burn
N-
them,
n- now,
return
hear me
them,
out.
keep them away
Uh,
from your kids and pets.
Bench press for toddlers, right? Okay, think about it. Next big idea.
No, you got to.
No, it's a terrible idea. Just like weighted blankets. for-
Well, if you're
for
trying to train the
kids.
next Houdini, this is perfect.
I
Yeah,
did get my son ankle
they get
weights,
trapped
which is
in there.
different.
Well, you're trying to get his base going. I
I'm trying
get
to get
that.
a good base going.
This blanket, by the way,
It's
was
also not electric. Yeah, this thing.
No,
doesn't
I mean,
suck.
he's
electric's-
electric.
yeah.
Well,
when
once
he gets those
blankets
things
are
off,
shit, brace it
yeah.
off, yeah. But
He's gonna be quick.
This thing can't. Those can't suffocate him like this.
Kids
Just
gonna be
dropping
turning.
erasers.
They
Pick
could
it up.
throw the weighted blankets at Cash in the daycare when goes to bite someone. Just
Let
taut like a
him
net.
knock that- Actually, I wouldn't mind that.
Catch
That's a
him in.
great use.
Yeah, just toss
Why don't
him
you just get him
out.
a mouth guard?
But
This
you need
blanket.
to have somebody there to supervise. Otherwise, like, I mean, the worst could happen. These things are death
Talking like a
machines.
park ranger.
Yeah. Bad
Like
news for
smoke-
Target,
Smoking the Bear.
guys. This was a Target exclusive blanket, manufactured in
Ooh.
China and sold exclusively at Target.
Target. Ouch.
Oof. The death
Ouch.
blanket.
So
Uh,
basically,
thanks.
Target's the new Peloton.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
yeah, Peloton's
Target
like
is the new
Pel-
Peloton.
Peloton's like, look at what Target did.
This is
and
huge for Peloton.
2
Terrible
kids.
for Target.
I think
Terrible for
Peloton-
kids.
Peloton only killed 1 and maimed several, so they're like, this is 2 kids. And that takes us to
The cream of the crop!
Things
Yeah.
are looking up.
pretty dark news.
We got some
day.
life at the end
Yeah,
here.
here we go.
Today's top story is we all dodged a bullet yesterday, guys. It's going to start bad, but just bear with me. Yesterday, Hooters was trending right up there at the titty top, and you'd think nothing of it because boobs, right? Maybe might be like, man, I better not miss the news because it's probably great. Maybe I could look for an image of why it's trending. What did the new 2023 Hooters calendar drop?
That'd be
And the
nice.
answer was yes. The answer
Could have
was
been
yes.
that. Or
Ooh,
Hooters Grubhub
looking
delivery finally
good.
catching on.
Right?
Or-
There you go.
Smaller
You think
shorts.
so?
What
Does
you
it
smell
Grubhub-
like?
Yeah.
Which
Only
Yeah.
if it's
I can't go
delivered
there, I'm
by
banned.
Hooters, though. Right, yeah.
Subscriber.
So look, if you found out the news Pat mentioned, or if you'd found out the news about the calendar, you might be like, that's why it's trending and gone on with your life being a happy, ignorant moron. But that's not why Hooters was trending, my guys. It was trending because of this. Complex tweeted out from their official account, Hooters is closing locations, re-strategizing, because millennials aren't that into boobs.
Okay, Mark, do you want to know?
Daily Loud got in on it. Yeah, what?
Daily Loud was in on it the day before. So
Yeah.
I looked this up because I wanted to do this. And I was having trouble, Mark, finding any valid sources that confirmed what the Daily Loud and what Complex.
Well, these
had
are
said.
official site. These are official non-hacked accounts, Will. So it's and then also we've done stories about how millennials just don't want to have sex anymore, and they're
Right.
You know, so this is believable, right? So it's not good. This is just one day after the East Bay closings announcement. Now it's the death of Hooters. I mean, make it stop, please, God, make it stop, right? Well,
It's bad. It's bad. I mean,
it's bad.
millennials need to realize that them seating you is consent. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to feel bad. If they've seated you, you can enjoy the show.
Right.
You know what
Stop
I mean?
being
The
so.
first time she
shameful
rubs the
of
back of your
yourself.
head and
It's
calls you
okay.
honey or buddy or champ or sweetie, then,
Oh,
then
yeah.
it's consent to
Hun.
stare.
It's all right.
Babe.
You're not. In fact, the
Sits at the
scheme
table.
of the restaurant is to get you turned on and then to drink more. So you're not, objectifying anybody by just participating in the scheme of the restaurant.
She
Well, hang
sat
tight,
right next to me,
guys.
guys. She sat.
We went
right
on the
next to
Hive
me.
trip.
Yeah, she
We went
sat
to
next to me.
Hooters
She
in,
sat
in
next to
Florida.
me.
It was a delight. She said she was getting off soon. You know, and I
Pat,
said,
Yeah.
Oh,
we
she
had
was
the hot-
a fantastic.
we had the
service.
hottest waitress there, and it was
That
like
was one
10
of the-
miles away from the original
Exactly. one of
Hooters.
the
Shout
coolest
out
too.
Tampa, shout out St. Pete.
Yes.
Well, Hooters made it stop pretty quick, guys, and here's the light at the end of the tunnel with an immediate shutdown tweet from their official account that says, "This is the fakest news that has ever newsed. They are not shutting down for boob rebranding. Millennials do not hate boobs," and that might be the tweet of 2022. As the internet collectively, there was a sigh of relief, right? Like that was like, oh,
Mhm.
"Ooh,
Mhm.
No,
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Luckily, I saw. So like I said, I had been early on. I saw the Daily Loud, as we've covered on the show. They tweet fake shit all the time. So I
yeah,
checked
we gotta
on
watch
it.
out
like,
for them.
I
Yeah.
checked on it a day before because they had actually tweeted
They're
a day before
suckers.
Complex. So I saw this is a fake story, and so I knew. And so then it started.
They're not fucking leaving. The show will
then
go
it
on.
starts trending. Everybody's like, "No," and I'm like, "No, this is so fake. How is it possible?" Complex. There it happens.
Complex got. Obviously, this led to a number of delighted internet commenters voicing their support of Hooters, like boobs, like Chris Strasberg, who says, "Big boob guy here."
Yeah.
He wanted to
yeah,
let
Chris.
Hooters know. And then this millennial guy shouted out Hooters and he said, "Look, if they surveyed me, that tweet would have never came out. Like, because he's a millennial, he likes boobs." Hooters
And he loves
responded.
Dragon Ball Z. He proves it, Justin.
Hooters responded to him and they said, "Well, I hope you get surveyed next time." And then
Mhm.
also,
Anime and boobs.
Coach Doug's got in there and he said, "I've reached out to Elon. These lies will not stand." And you know, Coach Doug's was all over this news. Florida guy, the state Hooters was created in. Looks like a guy that goes to Hooters regularly and probably has a particular waitress he asks for. Coach Doug's is a guy you want to go to
He has a
Hooters with.
section.
he's
Yeah.
got a card."
Yeah, you want to go to Hooters with Doug's. Yeah.
He has a table at Hooters.
Yeah.
They might rotate. Well, the best shift is always Doug's table. So
Yeah.
that's who the girls
Yeah.
are vying to get. He's got his booth, I would imagine.
A little
Yeah,
life hack.
so.
Don't turn down an invitation to go to Hooters with Doug's. That's
No,
one-
you don't want to do that. I'm looking at the Wikipedia for Breastaurant, and there's a bunch of restaurants I've never heard of. Do you guys want to hear the list?
Sure,
The
Twin
restaurant
Peaks
list?
Restaurants? Well, Twin Peaks is a great one.
I feel like that's number 2 because that
Yeah.
always rolls off the tongue. Okay, you got Redneck Heaven. Yes, no, anyone?
Haven't been there.
Tilted Kilt Pub and Eatery.
Mm.
Heard of
I've
that.
heard of that.
Yeah.
Heard of that.
Twin Peaks, of course. Bombshells.
Yeah.
Heard of it.
I think I've heard of that too.
Bone Daddies.
Oh, been
Oh,
to
yeah.
a Bone Daddy's.
Yep.
Been
Yeah.
to a Bone Daddy's.
One up
North
north.
Austin is Breastaurant Central.
Yeah.
Ojos Locos.
Yep.
I've seen that. Oh yeah, Ojos Locos for sure. I've
Mm-hmm.
been there.
Chulas.
Missed
Yeah.
that one.
Kulos?
Chulas.
Oh.
Chulas.
Chulas.
Of course,
I thought it was assholes.
Austin, Texas-based Bikini Sports Bar and Grill.
Oh yeah, bikinis.
Bikinis was like a porno.
Oh,
bikinis
I haven't
was
been-
like they needed a Brazilian. They were wearing those small.
It's still like a
bikinis.
porno. It's
Yeah.
still there.
Oh, I
You
haven't
can
been
see
to a
crabs.
Chula's.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, guys, here we got a couple more. Racks.
I think
Rack daddies.
how
No,
how-
just
yeah,
racks.
how-
That's a
Just
poll.
racks.
I don't think I've seen that.
Well, that one's pretty self-explanatory.
These are getting worse. Show me's.
show me.
It's like Shoney's, but a little bit.
That's
Show
that's a
me
play
is
on
aggressive.
Shoney's, Yeah, I thought that was a Spencer's. I thought that was a Spencer's t-shirt.
nope. That's a restaurant.
Touch It's. No, I'm kidding. Man.
No.
Mugs and Jugs, and then the Wing House
Well,
Bar and Grill.
Mugs and Jugs.
Mugs and Jugs.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Show me's. Hey, you
North
know the
Austin
name of the
has-
restaurant, hon?
What was
North
that first
Austin
one?
has a lot of those.
Rednecks and tits or something?
Redneck Heaven. Show me's can't be real. I got.
Show me's there's only one. It's in Indiana. That's amazing though. It is real. There's only one.
Bone Daddies is.
Oh no, there's a Show me's Cincinnati too. No location.
It's spreading.
Actually,
It's spreading well.
Red-
obviously.
Show
Redneck
me's
Heaven.
has okay. They have
It's right now is the time you want to
they
get
have
in on a
three. They have
franchise.
3 locations.
Show-me's.
Looks like Cincinnati's shut down.
We should pool our funds
But-
here and start a
Buy a
show me.
If-
Yeah.
They have 2
Listen.
Missouris and 1 Indiana.
We got
Redneck Heaven only exists in Texas. There's one in Louisville, one
Yeah.
in Fort Worth, and one in
Same with bikinis.
A lot
And
of
Texas,
these are
Bone
Texas is
Daddies.
the capital of restaurants.
Texas
Yeah.
is Restaurants Central, right?
Well,
Well, thanks.
it was awesome, but then things got a little weird on the comment section
What?
on Hooters. Like the people got like way too into what was going on there. Let me see here.
Were they actually talking
like
about their food?
Conspiracy
Well,
or
they
something?
just
Like, what
wanted.
do care
They had
about?
some requests. Like No said, "Can you make one with cat girls, please?" And Hooters responded, "I think that's a first request of that." And then Nerd Wonder goes, "Come on, man! Japan has the maid cafes with cat girls. You got to get some cat girls." But I mostly go for your wings. Your wings are delicious. And I had to
What?
Google. I had to do a little research on cat girls, guys.
Well, cat girls is just like it's like
My hands were
girls
tied.
dressed up as cats, right?
Well, so I didn't know exactly, but
It's like
Will kind of
furries.
nailed it. Will kind of nailed it here.
Furries.
Here's a cat girl. Apparently, it's been a
Yep.
tough week for
Oh,
cat
yeah.
girls.
Oh,
they're
that cat
just-
girl makes money, dude. That cat girl's a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
on
when she
OnlyFans?
streams.
cat girls are
make money.
basically young,
She gets on Twitch.
young Asian-looking chicks dressed very scantily with cat ears on. And it's been a rough week for cat girls, as Maggie, this cat girl, claims. Hey, Elon Musk, why are you shadow banning cat girls? I thought you liked us.
He's trying to get porn off Twitter. I think his end game is to eventually get porn off Twitter.
Seems like Will knew a lot about cat girls before this story, because cat girl Maggie here, who has a lot of followers, posted that claiming, that cat girls are getting shadow banned. And I don't think it's because of the pictures of the cat girls. I think it's for the cat girl. It's probably for the incredibly hardcore and porn imagery, including pictures, GIFs, short videos, and anime porn that litter the comments in a cat girl post.
Oh yeah. No, I
Mhm.
mean, that's what it is. Twitter's all go on hardcore porn policy creates a lot of situations where people are going to definitely get shadow banned, and just because Elon is trying to reduce the amount of just pure hardcore porn that
Hold
pops
on.
up on people's timelines.
Check
just
out the
realized-
comments on that cat girl post. They are something.
I just realized, guys, Twitter is literally the only place where, as a man, you can respond to a woman by sending a video of your dick. It's the
Oh,
only
yeah.
place
It
that you
is.
can do
It
that. You
is.
can't.
But that's
and
also sexual.
If you do it on a
assault,
plane, it's
probably.
sexual. It's not on Twitter. It's
It's
not
probably-
sexual
Uh,
assault.
it is,
Could be
Pat. If
if
it's
they
your
reported
penis,
it,
for
yeah.
sure it is.
If they reported it,
If they can prove that it's your penis, then
Check
yes.
out hashtag FurryCon.
You sure?
Trust me, it's not.
Are you
You're
sure?
telling me that you can just do that willy nilly and nobody?
I mean,
can
they're
get
doing
you in
it.
This
trouble?
is about to be Pat's Chris D'Elia moment.
Oh,
What's
you
the
sure?
difference between
Shit.
porn and that?
Well, there's a
Snapchat
big
doesn't
difference.
erase.
Yeah, Snapchat doesn't erase.
No, but that's
If
one
you're
to
saying
one.
like, "Here's my cock," and it's not a welcomed invitation. I think
You got to do it in
probably
the
can report
comments
it.
section. In the
You're gonna
comments.
Yeah,
get
no,
your.
it's still-
let's try it on a burner first, Pat. Don't do it on your main.
Yeah. Maybe send someone else's dong, like a
Colin
porn
Phillips?
stars, without a face, and be like, "It's my dong," and see if you get dinged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try Colin's dick.
All right.
All
Well, anyways, that's today's cup of coffee.
Nice. Oh, thank you, Mark. Fantastic coffee, as always. Nice and caffeinated. And it's time.
Sorry, well, there's a male version called Tallywhackers, also in
Oh, yeah.
Dallas.
Oh, there's definitely male
Nice.
versions. There's got to be more than just tallywhackers.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be. Look, I would go to any of them. I would go. I'm not going to go the male one alone. I would need a group, but I would go to any of them.
Is
Okay.
that Will? Is
Just
that
have a
Will
dinner-
walking out of tallywhackers
Just
alone
have-
Yeah, by
By
himself.
myself.
Buffet for one at Tallywhackers.
on a Tuesday?
Can't
Like,
resist
with
those
the-
things.
If you guys
Did he
all want
buy-
to go to Tallywhackers, though, I'll go with you.
Did he buy a shirt?
Getting takeout in
probably would.
disguise.
Hashtag guy candy.
Oh, I love the grouper sandwich at Tallywhackers.
Tallywhackers.
Oh, it closed.
Damn it.
Ah.
All right. Well, next time. Okay, guys, get your grips ready. Now that we've talked about breastaurants, everybody's hands should be nice and worked up. Get them ready because it's time to.
That's me taking the bull by the horns. That's how I handle my business. It's a metaphor.
I get it.
But that actually happened, though.
That's right.
I didn't know you were
That's
going
right.
to play that, Will, earlier. I just
No, well, it's a great call.
Yeah.
And for those who are watching on, any of the platforms where they might scrub something, a sound clip of White Goodman from Dodgeball delivering a hilarious line about taking the bull by the horns. Yes, this is about taking the bull by the horns, White Goodman style of Globo Gym. Sometimes when life is looking at you, it's tough, right? It's tough out there in the world, and you just gotta, take the bull by the horns sometimes to get things done.
Yes.
Otherwise, it won't happen, right?
That's
it won't
right.
happen for you. So we're going to talk about some people who took the bull by the horns, and I'm proud of them. First, just a couple of mentions. Going to take it to the internet real quick for two people on the spectrum who really took the bull by the horns this week. And first up, Greta Thunberg. She quote tweeted Andrew Tate, who was like bragging about all of his gas guzzling cars. And she quote tweeted him and said, "Yes, please enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com."
Got burned down by a teenager.
I mean,
A
burned to
foreigner.
the ground. Burned
What
to
an
the
idiot.
ground
How did he lose so badly to her?
by autistic
Email me.
young Greta Thunberg. Yeah, just
Oh man,
Andrew
I
Tate
kind of wanted to do
destroyed.
that to a guy today. Some fucking crypto guy posted a photo of him, and you could see the Ferrari emblem on his steering wheel,
Oh,
and it
that's
was a
cool.
McDonald's in the background. He's like, "That's the McDonald's I first worked at. Didn't ask anyone for anything, and got what I wanted."
Wow, what a dick move.
Yeah, I wanted to do that at the Chick-fil-A with my Buick.
Reply to him with that.
Yeah,
That'd be a
I
viral
went back to
reply.
like the place I busboyed at during college in the Outer Banks, and I came in there in a nice outfit pretending to do that and left like a 25% tip, and I'm like, I'm still poor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's
Mr.
classic.
Borgie, please.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
nothing like
have a
that-
tall
yeah.
Bud Light, please.
It's like when I went back to the LSU rugby reunion, and
Doing
they were
just fine.
they were having everybody sign up for the monthly recurring donation, and
Yeah.
I signed up for the lowest level, and it's just you get the immediate like, oh, you can't afford the
You got to write a bad check in that
can't
situation.
afford the next one, huh?
Yeah.
Just a bunch of people
Yeah.
start laughing at you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then also another person on the spectrum who took the bull by the horns this week. Proud of him. Elon Musk. He's got Asperger's. He stood up for himself. He tweeted out, "I am not brainwashed," with a meme that says they brainwashed you. And it's a person who's covered in CNN, Fox News, China, Planned Parenthood, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, blah, blah, blah.
COVID
Black
needles.
Lives Matter, whatever. Needles, vaccinations,
Yeah.
the flag, the trans flag or whatever.
What's
And then
wrong with the
there's
yin and yang symbol?
I don't know. And then there's a guy who says, "Really?" And he's holding an American flag. So it's just a meme about how Elon believes what he believes. And he's standing up for himself. So proud of him. Proud of him for that.
Yeah.
Proud of him and Greta for both standing up for what they believe in. Just like one farmer in southern Uganda who saw a world telling him to potentially only have one wife and just a few kids. That's what the world said to this man. So what he did, fellas, he took the bull by the horns, and he had 12 wives, okay, creating 102
Oh.
children with 568 grandkids and counting. And this is what he said. He said, "I married one woman after another. How can a man be satisfied with one woman?" And that's what Musa Hasaya, 67 years old, says.
All of his
He
women
wondered
were like,
that
they,
aloud.
he can't. He can't.
That's what
I
the
mean-
Ugandan media said. They're
I mean,
asking-
Wearing
it's a
pajamas.
It's a rhetorical question, but
Yeah.
he's right. You know,
yeah,
looks
he's
pretty
just
happy.
saying this into the
Yeah,
camera.
he's just hanging out in pajamas all day, fucking
Yep.
his wives.
Yeah, Wes,
Not
you're
bad.
right.
That's
And that's
pretty
his
good.
whole
It's
town.
pretty nice.
He's got a bunch of kids to do all the chores.
Yep. Yeah, almost 600 of them,
Yeah.
Mark. He lives in the village of Lusaka, Uganda, near Lake Victoria, where polygamy
Lusaka.
is legal. It's
Yeah.
legal, luckily for him. Otherwise, he'd be in deep shit. And he says that he's finally done, guys, after 102 kids due to cost of living, which he says it's hard to support,
Yeah.
1/3 of the 670 kids and grandkids that still live on his farm total. So that's like 225-ish.
I was going to ask you,
Will,
Will,
farm.
have
All
you been,
mooses.
You've been to
Yeah.
Uganda.
I've been to this town.
What's the resource situation like over there? Strong?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can grow. What's great about Africa
about
is
farming,
that, like, you
right?
can grow fruit everywhere year round. It's awesome because it's like
Yeah.
a really great place to grow fruit because the temperature is perfect.
This guy's eating fruit and fucking 12 wives.
What about
Yep, he
toothpaste?
is.
In pajamas, yeah.
Well, I mean, whatever. He's got enough. That's why, Pat, he's given it up. Musa says that the 2022 inflation got him. The quote unquote rising cost of living, just like East Bay sports, an end of an era. Musa says this inflation.
They grow
too
shoes
much.
down there. They grow
That's
fully
it.
formed shoes.
Well, look, Pat, he doesn't have Sunday ticket, but he's got Sunday lick it.
Right.
In
He had enough for
Osaka.
he had
Yeah.
enough for 102, Mark, and 103's push.
Another
right,
day
so-
of fruit and fucking.
Yeah, another day.
Another day of just fruit and
You
fucking.
hear that? It's time to wake up.
What's on the agenda?
Pretty simple life out there.
Yeah, it's nice.
2 items, as always. Musa is still big pimping, guys, even though all 12 wives are on a strict regimen of birth control now. He demanded that. He also says that he demands the wives live in his same house so that he can quote unquote monitor them and stop them from eloping with any other local men. And he's got a full spread.
He's
at
like a
that
lion.
farmhouse.
He is.
Yeah.
He's
He
like a
really
lion.
is, Pat. He's got a prize. A full spread.
They call him, that's his nickname for sure.
Yeah, he's roaring all the time, especially into his 12 wives, which the youngest of which is 21 years younger than his oldest child. So that's Musa taking the bull by the horns.
Yeah, that's a hound.
Good
Oh,
for him.
Yeah, I
That's
like
no.
this segment, by the way. Well, I hope this segment reoccurs. I like it. A
Oh,
lot.
good. Well, fantastic. We've got one more guy to talk about taking the bull by the horns, fellas, and it's Bishop and now oil baron Larry Cook. Let me get his picture for you. He is of the Real Believers Faith Center in North Minneapolis, Minnesota, and he got featured in the Wall Street Journal last week for buying the gas station near his church that used to be known for drug dealing. And now you just get a Bible if you run into Larry at the gas station posted up because he's the owner. He bought it out, so they can't deal drugs there anymore. And while Larry just made the Wall Street Journal last week, and that's behind a paywall, he had already been featured on local Fox 9 Minneapolis back in October. Let's take a peek.
Fox 9's Maury Glover joins us now with how the Marathon gas station will soon have a new owner. Maury?
Well, the church's bishop says he came up with the idea during a confrontation with a drug dealer last year. The dealer told him if he wanted to stop the drug dealing behind the gas station, he'd have to buy the business. So that's exactly what he did.
Gave him a good idea.
All right,
Me and
buy
my
it
wife
then.
are just elated. It's a long time coming.
For 24 years, the Real Believers Faith Center has been near Fremont and West Broadway in North Minneapolis. Now the church is taking steps to claim the
Imagine
corner
fucking
next
this
door.
newscaster.
The gas station for us, it was just a matter of time
yeah.
that we got to get our hands on it.
It's deep
Bishop Larry
inside.
Cook says earlier this week the church signed paperwork to buy the Marathon gas station that has long been a trouble spot for drugs and
I'm gonna
crime.
die.
Once the church takes possession of the building, it plans to kick the troublemakers off the property,
Does
forcing
Daddy
them
do
to
it
move
good?
somewhere else.
To control the corner, to spread our influence of who we are as a church and what we do as a ministry. Also, to take advantage of the economic power that it can give our church.
Just last month, one of the church's surveillance cameras captured the aftermath when 4 people were shot outside the gas station,
Jeez.
sending church members who were out front scrambling back into the building.
Here's from the second shooting here. Bullet hole come right through.
Bishop Cook says it was the second time in the last few months the sanctuary has been hit by a stray bullet coming from the business next door.
My first reaction is I'm angry. When you own it, you call the shots.
Bishop Cook
Right
says the church
there.
will continue to operate the gas station at first, but eventually it plans to tear the building down and expand its current location, furthering its community outreach and cleaning up the neighborhood, one corner at a time.
Our goal ain't to fleece, our goal is to build, and we're gonna build big time.
Now, Real Believers
my
is currently
duty
training its members
to
on
please
how
our
to run the gas
booty.
station until
Do
it
you
takes
feel it
possession of the
building
business on November 1st. In the newsroom, Maury Glover, Fox 9.
Guys,
Love you, Maury.
those drug dealers are so dumb. They're like, why don't you just buy it and clean up the neighborhood then?
You won't do it.
Yeah.
Put
You
us
won't
out of
do it.
business.
Yeah,
You hate
go
us
ahead.
so bad.
And then we'll go to your church and convert, and then we'll be good people.
And then they'll write a movie about it eventually.
Yeah.
Guess you went and did it then, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Good for you and the community.
So yeah, that's a Bishop Larry
Thinking
Cook
about
did.
maybe checking out one of these Bibles. Thanks, preach.
They should make a movie about this. I like it.
And I'm glad that you guys, it was a long clip, but I needed to make sure that you saw the stylings of Maury Glover.
Deep
Fox 9
inside
Minneapolis.
you.
Yeah.
Turn around now.
What a presentation.
Show it to Maury.
Go clean yourself up.
Yeah.
Here, I brought you a towel. The Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal, picked this story up a couple months after the local newspapers did, and so they covered it this week. And this is from their post on Instagram. They said Bishop Cook, 52, had long dreamed of buying the gas station to provide jobs for his followers and extend his outreach, but the idea gained urgency in recent years as crime at the station became worse. To make the purchase, he invested his and his wife's life savings and used the church building as collateral. Quote, everything that we have, everything we got in the world, we put on the line for this to happen. I had an opportunity to take something out of the devil's kingdom, and God put it in my reach. And that, my friends, is what you call taking the bull by the horns from Bishop Larry Cook.
Way to go.
Hell yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Way to go, Bishop.
He's got a little empire. I love the idea of like having two
He's gonna own the
businesses
whole
right
block.
next to each other. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, and it's also like there's another troubled gas station like right down the road. Maybe he'll turn the whole neighborhood around.
I love that. As long as these electric cars don't keep
Right.
taking hold. Guys, I know that Will did some dating app stuff. I don't know if Wes did. I don't think Mark did.
I dabbled in between
dabbled?
relationships. Yeah.
I met my wife on a dating app.
Right, but that was your first, probably like one of your first experiences. It was the first.
and
Yeah.
only.
So we didn't really live that world. It came later, maybe our middle 20s, the dating app revolution, where it became normalist. I remember my sister; she's 7 years older than me, and when someone who's of her generation met a husband or wife on a dating app, it was like a thing. Like, oh, they met on a dating app. Don't tell anyone. Now,
we were borderline. My wife and I were borderline, where it was like some people thought it was pathetic, and others were like, "Oh, that's cute."
It's a shame looking back on it. I mean, for me, I'd like to shout out Austin SSC Adults Co-ed Sports League, because the dating apps are a godsend. You can just hook up.
It was just the wave of the future. It was just the wave.
Shouldn't be a stigma around it.
No, Mark, it's the same way that flip phone boomers like stuck their noses up at iPhones when it first came out. It was like, obviously you're just a moron who doesn't want to accept the future. You're making yourself feel better with the judgment.
It's just like the how the porn got better. Like back in the day, it was only magazines, and then then we were like the DVD generation.
My buddy just got a
dating apps
divorce.
is like the next wave of dating. It's just better.
You guys-
Text better.
You guys know him, the initials DK, and he's been sending me photos of all the chicks that he's been just their dating app profiles. He's like, yeah, fucking her,
Oh, man.
her.
Well, he's gonna go on a run too. That guy's got some stamina. So
I had a
Good
very
for
similar
him.
experience
Good for him.
with a buddy of mine, initials AB. He's just
AB
tearing it up out there. I mean, like, unbelievable. To the point where I was staying at his house, and he asked me to leave the house for an hour so he could bang someone. I said, I've known you for 20 years.
It's like an appointment.
I've known you for 20 years. I'm not leaving the fucking house so you can bang a 22-year-old. But he did, and I did. I didn't leave.
Well, you got to do what you got to do. You got to hook the buddy up. Yeah.
And my point is, I've never done it, but what I do know is that dating apps, right? The idea behind them is that you're selling a lifestyle. Like there's Christian Mingle, right? There's J-Date, right? Tinder, if you want to get herpes.
Farmers only. You better
Farmers
be a farmer.
only. Everything. And now, finally, there's a right-wing dating app, guys. And it's called The Right Stuff. Pun intended.
I thought that was just church.
Church. It was church.
Yeah, it's like
that's a good point,
it's
Mark.
like meeting at church. But now you can meet people from same church group, different cities.
I guess Wes, if you meet somebody at church, you can't guarantee they're a conservative. It's a 90% chance, but you can't
true.
guarantee it.
They should have a deep voice journalist only.
The problem is
now
it's that whole teachings of Jesus thing, and then right wing. They just they used to, but they don't fit together anymore.
Yeah. Also, you don't want to meet someone at church and then be like, "Should we bang?" Like you have to. There's a separation.
It's always awkward. Like
it's
just blowies and handies, or what's the deal?
Right.
Is this Episcopalian? I forget. Anyway, but guys, there's the Right Stuff, and Right Stuff helms itself as a dating app for the right wing. Okay, that's
look at that conservative slut.
Yeah, she's a bad girl.
She's got a short skirt on with some cowboy boots. Yeah.
Like
so the way that it works,
look at that right-wing whore.
If you're 30-year-old Luke, you maybe go to a Nationals baseball game. You set a date, and you'd see who'd like to join you. I'm Luke. I'll go to the Nationals game, and maybe some white girls will join you. And then after that, guys,
do you want to scream at the border?
Yeah, we can scream at the border.
Yeah.
How's your
want to
welding?
watch Fox News together?
You do welds pretty good.
Yeah.
And then after that, guys, you can. This is a pretty important part of the app. You can view profiles without pronouns. That's huge. So Paul, 29-year-old Paul, does not have to deal with that whole icky, sticky, gross pronoun stuff.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Why should he? He's Paul.
Yeah,
he's Paul.
29-year-old Paul, Pat. So
pretty simple.
Seems like identification.
29-year-old Paul. So look, as a journalist,
I agree.
I joined or attempted to join, and we're going to get into that. Before we do, I want to show you their marketing app. And this was on a tweet that I ripped that was right above a Kyle Rittenhouse retweet by them because he endorses this product.
The old ways of dating are dead. You're probably not going to randomly run into your soulmate at the grocery store or the gym or at the wedding you're going to next weekend. Dating's gone digital, and here are your options. Hinge, where you're prompted to add your pronouns.
No, thank you.
And you can be accused of misgendering while trying to flirt.
Chill, girl, just trying to holler.
Bumble, where you're forced to pledge allegiance to causes you don't believe in.
No racism, no thank you.
Or you have to sort through 33 gender options. 33 gender options.
That's too many options.
Or Tinder. Well, see for yourself.
I'm a blogger, and I'm transgender.
Gross.
I'm a full-time model, and I identify as male.
I'm a DJ and a philanthropist, and I'm a female gender.
They look like chicks, but they're dudes. Yuck.
I'm a makeup artist, cosmetic trainer. I identify as male for now.
What if they swipe right on me?
Now, maybe this works for some of you, and that's fine. But if you're looking for something different, we created an alternative, The Right Stuff, where you're going to meet quality, like-minded people.
You're gonna get a
where the
hand job
trolls
on
are
the
kept
fifth date
out
from a
because
lead.
it's invite only, and where you can be yourself openly without beliefs being forced on you.
Not before.
This is actually the least political dating app.
Wait, what? What do you say?
So let's get back to normal. Take a chance and download The Right Stuff today.
There you have it.
Weird dating app.
Weird VO. But
I'm gonna start one called The White Stuff, and it's gonna be about semen.
Yeah, I do love it was kind of like meta, like where they had like like an internal monologue of a person who's using
It was his
the app.
thoughts.
Yeah, it was his thoughts.
Yeah, no.
Gross.
Cutting edge technology.
Anyway, guys, so I joined. I signed up for The Right Stuff. Now I'm not in yet, but I was able to set up a profile. And
what's the vetting process?
The vetting process is so you sign up, you upload 5 photos. The first thing that you do is they give you prompts. So there's a list of prompts that you can pick from, and you can fill out up to 3 of the prompts. Here are some of the prompts, guys. Favorite liberal lie. I know the best spot in town for. I take pride in, etc.
Hilarious! They're weeding out.
Those are real
conservatives.
Yeah, and then they like more prompts. They have prompts.
You have to pick shit that actually.
This is the least political.
What's your favorite black joke?
Right.
Yeah.
My favorite conservative
Favorite black
pundit.
joke. Yeah.
Tell me something about. They have things like January 6th was ... Most
Is this for
overrated
real?
athlete. Yeah, I swear to God. My favorite Bible verse.
Yeah, they're making you prove that you belong on the site.
Yeah.
Damn.
So what did I check?
I imagine my area code disqualifies me.
It probably does.
Oh yeah, Austin, Texas, you're not allowed.
They see Austin, you're out.
Yeah,
So
you're out. The 512 number.
Bye-bye.
Nice try.
Yeah.
See ya.
Here's
You
what I
can
picked
fill
out.
out all these things.
Gonna
you want.
fucking AR women.
Yeah.
I picked out three of the prompts
Keep your liberal cock out of this dating site, buddy.
as they asked. And I don't know. Look, I don't know.
Got a blue cock. How about some blue balls? Deny.
Deny him.
I don't know if I'm going to get it or not, but this is my prompt for favorite liberal lie, right? My favorite liberal lie is that our current socioeconomic situation and general discourse, in large part, began with Ronald Reagan's deregulation platform, which destabilized social institutions and accelerated wealth disparity.
Oh, man, you got to dumb that down.
It's just
Yeah,
how I feel. Well, look, I did.
Oh, they
I
know
did.
that's not
okay, look.
That's too wordy. That
you got to
was
say
too-
that Biden won the election.
Yeah, that's it. You're right.
That's
Well, look at
that's
my
what you
second
gotta
one.
COVID's real.
My other
5-word answers at most.
What the hell was that, Pat?
I'm the type of texter who signs every convo off with an eggplant emoji pic. And a random fact I love about America is that
Well, that's
America
not
wasn't founded as a Christian nation. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself.
You're not getting in. Yeah.
No, you're not
I'm,
getting
not,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
probably
so
not
you
getting
just
it.
purposely didn't.
Yeah, you're not.
I mean, we'll see. This is my profile. Now, this is to Strongman Stroke Me. I can't play it, but that's what's on there.
That's a great song. Though.
Strong man,
Conservatives
stroke
love that
me.
song.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
That's
a
a
fire
concert.
concert.
You're at
That's
a
a
concert.
But it was, but it was a country concert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It was,
yeah.
okay.
So
All right.
we'll see. I don't know. We'll
I think
see.
the beef pick might get you in.
Might get me in.
Beef.
They're
You should
going to
just
be
gone all
interested in
beef.
beef. Yeah.
You should just
have gone definitely all
just
beef.
redo
Beef
your
is
liberal
in.
lie.
Beef,
Yeah.
beef is in for
Beef's
sure.
in.
We'll see, guys. Look, here's the situation.
The gender thing gets you in. The favorite liberal lie, if you say that there's more than two genders, you're in. That's it.
Yeah,
That's the only thing they want to hear. And then
Yeah,
you're in.
33 options.
That's 31
laughy
too
face
many.
emoji.
That's
Yeah,
31 too many.
You're in.
There are actually 34 options. I looked on Bumble. That's not a joke. And
That's a lot of options. What?
Jesus.
It's
Yeah, I swear to
34.
God, it's 34. But
You know what?
I
I'm
will say-
interested in 5 of these.
They let you know. They let you know when you put
Is
your,
Cat
your-
Girl there?
when you put your gender in. They let you know that it cannot be changed. It cannot be changed. So.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
So.
Oh, that's
anyway,
what they say on. Oh, that's
Yep,
what they say
yep.
on. Oh, right, the right stuff. That makes sense.
cannot be changed.
So
So
that's locked in.
They
That
launched in
makes sense, yeah.
October with 40,000 downloads, which is pretty good. They're trying to do the exclusive thing. So like, it's not just that I'm not in because I'm.
No, it's
clearly-
Rhea. What it's Rhea for Christians. This is hilarious, or for right wing Christians.
It's like going to
This-
Baylor.
Yeah, it is. Or TCU. Or
Yeah.
like
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of
Vanderbilt.
soaking, a lot of
Yeah.
hand jobs,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
a lot of anal.
Oh, yeah.
And just like every other conservative tech app, it sucks. Apparently, they've been having some serious issues.
She
guys.
sucks.
They had 40,000 downloads initially.
because we're not allowed to have intercourse yet.
That's
But
right.
Between
Treat my mouth
November,
like a vagina.
One day, maybe.
between November 1st and December 20th,
Oh, the cards right.
they dropped to just 11,000 downloads. The app was co-founded by former Trump administration official John McEntee and was funded by Peter Thiel. And based on their views, it seems that things are
Big
not
boys.
going so well. Someone wrote, "I downloaded this I downloaded this app 2 months ago. Even got sent a package from them to become an ambassador. Still have not been accepted under the app. That's ridiculous and unacceptable." That was on December 19th. The
It
app
was
has
downloaded by huge queer Peter, or
Huge
funded by
queer.
huge queer Peter Thiel.
Yes, huge queer Peter Thiel put on there.
That is funny. Yeah, he
Uh,
sees the need for it. Well, he
yeah.
saw the 33 options. He's like,
Right.
even I think
It's
that's
too much, yeah.
ridiculous. 33
Yeah.
options.
I'm not that.
Can I fund a conservative dating app
That's
around
ridiculous.
here? What do we got?
Yeah.
The app has,
You know, there's definitely a market for it. It makes sense.
It has a 2.5 star rating on the App Store with 1,200 reviews, but that's just iOS because the app has still not shown up on Google Play, which would make it accessible to Android users because, well, you know why. You know why they haven't made it.
Well, the
accessible.
difference.
I have no problem with it.
What they're doing with this is that the reason that it'll probably survive is because of the selectivity. It's kind of like Rhea, right? Rhea survived, even though people complain
Well,
about it. It's probably got a low rating.
Isn't
Like it
well, why can
survives.
farmers
because-
only exist or these other things
Yeah.
exist? Who cares? Like good
As
for
much as
them.
I'm ragging on it, they're having tech issues.
Right.
so
No,
sure,
no,
yeah,
no. But
they're
I'm
having
saying,
tech
like,
issues.
if they can
But I'm saying,
figure
like,
out their
the
tech,
service.
I think the
The-
service is fine. Good for
The
them.
service
Oh,
will
sure.
survive because
Yeah.
Do
people
you?
will
Yeah.
use it probably.
Yeah.
Just like
Plus,
people use
think
all
about
the
all the
other-
time you'll save not
Right.
having to put in all those pronouns.
Well, I mean, none of us are going to use it. But I mean, like, there are
29-year-old
people- there's a
Paul
market.
is going to get like rashes from the layers of skin he's going to get peeled
Yeah,
off. by
once you
these
get
Australian
into
hands.
this thing,
He's
so
gonna
much
be-
anal.
Oh my god!
be one of
It's gonna
10.
be, his dick's going to be brown and red from poop and blood.
I've never taken a single virginity, but my goodness, have I had some anal sex.
Good for them.
Very good.
I support it.
All right. Well, speaking of genders and unions, let's go to Glacier National Park. And guys, we've all heard the saying that it's good luck when it rains on your wedding day, right? Actually comes from a Hindu belief that says rain on your wedding day is good luck because it signifies that your marriage will last. Because a knot that becomes wet is harder to untie. Therefore, when you tie the knot on a rainy day, your marriage is supposedly just as hard to unravel. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's
wet knot. It came from the best wedding planner of all time that thought on her feet to a crazy breadzilla.
Exactly, Mark. That's
But
exactly.
also, I mean, that's why Wes gets a deposit up front. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what Mark's. That's what we do here in America. It helps calm down all the rich white bitches when they see their $1,000 flowers getting soaked.
Best wedding planner of all time. Yeah.
Yeah. Same crowd that believes bouquets have magical powers when you catch one at a wedding. It means that.
But it's a wedding planner who had knowledge of knot tying, because it's true. If stuff is wet, it's going to be harder to unravel.
Well, it's a smart person that came up with an analogy that works, and it calmed that crazy woman right down.
Incredible work.
Absolutely. But what does it mean, guys, when during your wedding a grizzly bear mauls a moose to death, and the moose lets out agonizing cries for help as you're standing at the altar? Unfortunately for one couple, that happened, and here's the video.
Hope there's a sheriff.
When a bear kills a moose during your wedding.
Oh my God! The moose is really struggling too.
You can hear
two biggest land animals in North America fighting it out to the death.
There's the mama moose. And it's a moose calf, it's just getting annihilated.
I don't think it can kill an adult moose.
Well,
a grizzly bear can kill an adult moose, but
not two at a time. It can't do the kid and the adult at the same time.
Right. It's going to go after the baby.
It has to choose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's going to have a big meal because a moose baby's huge too. So that bear was. I think, Wes, this is a very, very positive. This is like Luca Brasi coming up to your wedding and be like, "May your first child be a masculine child." And that's what this is.
It's the opposite of having a salt-based sighting on your wedding day.
Exactly. For sure. It means you'll never be hungry. You'll always eat well, like that bear did.
You could, or Alaskan folklore says this means that your husband will abuse you behind closed doors and will eventually eat you during a very bad winter.
Bear.
Yeah,
drown you like that bear drown that moose.
His nickname's Bear too, probably.
Well, I was hoping that it was more of a positive spin, but I can see that too.
And also, as you saw, the mama moose abandoned the baby during the killing, which also means that your firstborn will be kidnapped by monsters, or the wife will leave the abusive husband and her kids behind in the middle of the night.
And it's an analogy for an Amber Alert, is what it is.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys caught on, but the bride is Asian, so she's going to read way too far into this as some kind of sign.
You're going back to the species thing, huh?
Yeah, what's your favorite racist wedding to shoot?
Favorite racist wedding.
What's your least favorite?
I'm not going to say least favorite. I like African weddings because they're colorful and they have a comedian that is like an MC the whole time. It's hilarious.
And they're also going to have great dancing and rhythm.
A lot of dancing.
Saying, if you go to African nations, they just bust out dances and drums all the time. It's fucking awesome. And
it's amazing.
They don't do that anywhere else in the world. Maybe Native Americans.
I would say India's got some pretty lit weddings.
Maybe Native Americans, but
India does have lit weddings.
India's got 7-day weddings where the whole.
But I'll be honest with you, I don't like.
I'm talking about strictly the dancing on a regular
Very
basis
demanding.
and the percussion instruments, just breaking them out, whatever.
That's your least favorite one.
I stopped doing Indian weddings.
I'm talking about in India.
In India, sure.
It's off the menu.
Yeah, as long as I'm not there. Yeah, off the menu. I charge double for those. Anyway, so now
I got it out of him. That's what I was looking for.
Got it out of him really easy.
I knew exactly what the answer was.
If things aren't perfect, then you're gonna hear about it.
The whole town comes out. Everyone's involved in the wedding.
You're charging your argument time up front.
No, man,
they've all got ideas.
We agreed on the price. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know why you're trying to add a whole highlight film now. You didn't pay for it. So if this isn't bad
All
luck,
the way
I don't
at
know
the
what
end
is.
of the process.
Yeah, we should have talked about this before. The bear knows something.
It's almost like you mean to ask now.
Yeah, exactly. We planned this, didn't we? I think you're happy with it. I just think you're telling me you're unhappy with it. That's what I think.
He tells her, he's like, you know what? I'm done with Indian weddings.
Yeah. So I don't know. The bear might know something about this guy, and it was doing its damnedest to warn this woman to run away. But she just didn't. Maybe she listened to the moose screams. I don't know. This guy's fucked though, because I mean that's gonna haunt you. If that's a
Imagine how
sign.
much she brings it up, Wes.
Oh,
Wes,
yeah.
Like, I mean, she's bringing this up every argument you get in.
Oh,
How was your wedding?
I knew the moose mauling was bad luck.
I bet it was beautiful.
I knew I should have listened to the moose mauling.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Oh, well, now you've got to like.
Should've
Now
never
you've got to
married
like. Your entire life is going to be about like conserving meese. You know,
Oh,
you got to like. You got to figure out. Yeah, you're gonna have to start like a foundation.
You're a moose
now.
activist all of a sudden.
Yeah,
and you have to never. She can never see a picture of a bear ever again for the rest.
Oh, you got to stay south for the rest of your life. You can't see a bear or a moose ever again.
If
Forget
Rocky and
Coca-Cola
you need
commercials.
Yeah, well, if Rocky and Bullwinkle's on, you need to get rid of that channel, like the Cartoon Network or whatever. She can't even.
Poor
see.
guy. Poor guy.
Yeah.
It's almost like Wes is saying, I hope he's done something horrible because he got a horrible lot with this one. He got a bad straw.
He should get a bear rug.
Pulled a bad straw.
Yeah. More bad omens. Let's go to Pakistan for the ultimate bad omen, where rape is such a problem. Women actually protest against rape. It's not like equal rights. They're just protesting against being raped all the time.
Hey, why don't you charge a rapist for once?
Yeah.
Courts?
Hey, can you stop raping us? Is what these signs say. That's how bad it is over there. And
shouldn't it be a crime?
Yeah, which is like it's a statement. They hardly go reported because less than 3% of all rape cases actually end in conviction because it's a male society. Women are second-class citizens over there. And
I don't mean to make an insensitive joke, but they're really like fish in a barrel for rapists when they do these events. They're just like all showing up.
Yeah.
It's the same place.
It's in the same spot. It's all women there.
That's probably what country is this?
Pakistan.
Pakistan.
Pakistan. That's probably what the Pakistani.
The rapists circle like the protest date. They're like, all right.
Yeah. It's so bad that some rapists
swing and a miss there.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're right. I mean, it's the biggest research. It's the
I'm trying
biggest
to put
research
my mind in their minds.
No, you're right. It's the biggest research and development day for all the prolific rapists of Pakistan.
Right.
Mark, look at all those women that hate rape. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
You know what they'd hate?
It's horrible to think about, but it's also horrible to think about the fact that Pakistan and India and other countries around there have such a big problem not
Mark,
convicting
I
rape
thought the
cases.
exact same thing, and I was like, how do I spin that?
Yeah, how do you say it?
and I walked away from it in my brain.
Did the protest start?
Terrible.
Good.
What about rape X? Is rape X an option?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
the teeth vagina.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you probably
Razor
get
vagina.
really in real trouble if you have one of those.
Vigilante
guys over
justice
there.
just kill these guys in the street. If
They should, right? So
Sounds like the cops don't give a fuck about these guys. Though.
No, so occasionally someone will get convicted if it's bad enough, as in the case of one rapist, 25-year-old DeWalt Khan. But now he's actually being rewarded for his rape. You see, back in May, DeWalt was actually persecuted and sentenced to life for rape of a deaf woman in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. They figured it out it was him after the woman gave birth to a child from the rape. They did a paternity test and they found out, DeWalt, you are the father. So off he went to spend the rest of his scumbag days in what has to be just terrible prison conditions in Pakistan. But on Monday, he was released after the Peshawar High Court accepted an out-of-court settlement agreed by the rape survivor's family to marry this guy. So they said, hey, we'll let you out, but you got to marry your rape victim.
Who said that? Her fucking dad.
The elders. The elders did.
The elders, Pat.
The elders.
Cool. Yeah, that doesn't perpetuate, I don't know, rape culture.
No, yeah, you're right, Pat. That's the main argument here is that it just makes
How'd
it more
you
acceptable.
and your wife meet?
Yeah.
Is it bad luck to marry your rapist on your wedding day?
Do you want to tell them or should I?
You familiar with Pepe Le Pew, Looney Tunes?
Do you want to tell them or should I? I'll tell them. Shut
Actually, a
up.
funny story.
Yeah. Hey, at least it's not raining. So
it's that, or we're telling about the dating app.
Tell them how you threw me in jail. Tell them how you threw me in jail once.
Yeah. This is.
He raped me and went to jail. Yes. Now I'm
So-
her husband.
So the victim and the rapist
You
are
tricked
from,
me. You tricked me, and then I went to jail. You tricked me, and then I went to jail.
They're from the same extended family in this rural village. And over in rural Pakistan, what the elders say pretty much supersedes what the courts and the justice system says. That's just how it goes. So they were like, they got together and they're like, hey, we don't want, this, we got this kid now. The rapist is in jail. Maybe we should have him marry this deaf girl that he raped. We all agree. Yes, let's go drink some homemade wine and that'll be great. And that's what happened.
Good day today, elders.
Good day
Good
today,
day,
elders.
elder. Hey, elder. Good
Yeah.
day. Good day, elder.
Yeah, so everyone's very upset about this, like women's rights, people in Pakistan, but they can't do shit about it because the elders have spoken, and yeah, that's what's going on over there. So
Sounds like someone needs to rape an elder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're all men, so it'd be man on man, which they don't. There's no gay people in Pakistan, probably, so there wouldn't be possible, Pat. Yeah.
Is there a saying to make you feel better on your wedding day when you're forced to marry a rapist? I don't think so.
No, that one's
That's bad luck.
the wet knot doesn't do anything for that.
I don't think
The
there's
wedding
anything
planner
you
couldn't
can
even
say.
get out of that one.
No.
Yeah.
Actually,
She says no more Pakistani weddings.
Bumpy end of the show,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
it's
Hey,
a dry
said
knot.
You said she
You
was
can get
deaf
out
too,
of it.
so no one could hear her screams.
think about
Yeah.
that next time it's raining on your wedding day. At least you're not marrying your rapist, right?
Yeah, think about that. Think
about
about that.
Bright side.
It's not a
Think
moose.
about that,
The
everybody.
show
All
was
right.
a
All in
real weighted blanket.
There we go.
Think about that. Why don't you? Next time
Hey,
you're thinking about
We don't
feeling
know
sorry
who's
for
on High
yourself.
Five, right?
Quick reminder. If
Do
you
we
are
know
a
who's on High
patron-
Five?
No.
I
you're-
am. Will
If you're a
Oh, you
Patreon
are?
member, any tier Patreon member, you are welcome and invited to join us on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern for trivia.
Pow.
Yes, the link is currently in the Discord, but if you're not on the Discord, I will post and it will be in the Patreon as soon as you're hearing my voice here. So
We got any
log in to
sign-ups
Patreon.
on that, Pat? Have you looked?
Oh yeah, we
Sign up in there. Give us your email address.
Oh,
we will
baby.
get you the link.
Oh,
9 p.m. Eastern Friday for trivia.
another quick announcement. Some people have asked for the shirts to be in military color. So like, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
wear it under your uniform, navy blue, military green. We got the Shades shirt in military green. We got the cream of the crop, and we got the cup of coffee in the big time all in military green now. So if you want to, support the show and do some laps, you can.
Yeah. To that we say, what have you done for us?
Yeah. And thank you.
Thank you for your service. Here's colored shirts.
Oh, you got requests now. Okay.
Thank
And they're
you
softer
also.
too.
No,
Very
they do have more requests too. They say Wes, all the Air Force guys are saying like, "Hey man, where's the coyote tan?"
The Coyote Tan is in, and like Wes said, those particular shirts are like softer cotton too. They're
Yeah, they
more
are.
runnable, more breathable.
We're not doing it.
We're
for
aware
Coast
that the shirts aren't the softest, but we found
No.
all the shirts now are softer.
No,
No,
well,
OD green and coyote tan.
I already
unfortunately, are two
made
different
fun of the
colors.
Coast Guard crew, and boy, is that a mistake. They're like cyclists; they get pissed.
Yeah,
don't do
Well,
that.
you got to have their coyote tan for the Air Force. That's what
I'm kidding.
that's what
I'm
learning.
kidding.
We'll try.
We love the Coast Guard.
We
can
love
only work
all
with what we're
branches
given.
of our
All
USA.
branches of the armed services. Thank
That's
you.
right.
Thank you
Absolutely.
very much. All right, let's spin for the coffee tomorrow, fellas. I am on the high five. Here we go. Pat.
It's about time. It's about time.
Yeah, it was me 7 in the last 8. So
Mark was sweating that one.
the wheel just went break.
Yeah, so Will be on high five. So if you got any late submissions, send them Will's way, and we'll see you tomorrow. And we hope that you have a great. We hope we have a great fucking day, but we also hope that you have a great fucking day.
All of us together.
Mm-hmm.